Hola, are you a Latina or woman of color new to marketing and need tips for landing that first job? Or maybe you are a new business owner looking to implement new marketing strategies for your business? Or just looking for personal development tips to advance in your career? I am Vanessa Parra, your host, hospitality and travel marketer, and now your marketing bestie. So grab your cafecito or drink of choice and let's listen in. Welcome to Influence with Cultura podcast. Welcome to another episode of Influence with Cultura. I am your host, Vanessa Parra. I hope your weekend and week went well. Today is Sunday when I'm recording this episode, and I had such a fun Saturday. If you don't know, I live in Monterey County, and it's a very tourist and a fun area to visit, travel, do some wine tasting for those that love wine. I'm a big wino. I'm not an alcoholic, but I really love wine. This area has many vineyards, tasting rooms, delicious food, a variety of food to choose from. There's a lot of seafood, and on Saturday, it was the Salinas Valley Food and Wine Festival, and OMG, it was so awesome. I got to spend the day with my hubby, and we got to try different Monterey County wine, had delicious food, got to see my friend Bridie, who has a booth where she sells candles, and her candles are amazing. It's called 40 Acres. So make sure to go follow her on Instagram and purchase some of her candles. It was just an amazing experience. So if you're in the area or you've thought about visiting Monterey County, you definitely should try coming when a festival or a big event is happening. Well, anyways, let's get into this week's episode. So, as you know, I've been doing a 4-part series of reasons why you're not landing that social media job. And if you haven't had a chance, make sure to check the last 3 episodes that I published talking about why you're not getting that interview or landing that social media / marketing job. And today is part 4, which I'm super excited to talk about because it might surprise you to find out what it is. And pretty much the last reason of my series of why you're not landing that social media or marketing job, I'm sorry to say this, but it's you. You're the reason why you're not landing that social media marketing job. And I get it. You're like, what? What are you talking about, Vanessa? Well, it has to do with your limiting beliefs. I've been in your situation, in your shoes, where at the beginning of my marketing career, I didn't feel confident. I had a lot of imposter syndrome, fear, lack of motivation. I was scared of rejection. You name it, I felt it. And sometimes it prevented me from taking the next step to land that dream job or that next marketing job. And that's why today I just want to go over some things that I know you're feeling, that you're facing, because I've mentored new marketers, college students. I'm also blessed with this podcast to be able to interview other Latino marketers. And the common denominator that we all have is that we have limiting beliefs. And it probably will never change or stop, but with time, with experience, you learn how to manage it, how to overcome it. And that's why today I just wanted to go over some things of what you're experiencing, of what you're feeling, and why it's just not clicking and why you're not landing that social media job. So the first thing that you're facing is imposter syndrome. You probably feel like you don't fit in anywhere, right? Because maybe you just graduated from a 4-year university, or maybe you haven't gone to college, but you're the first in your family to land a corporate job or just a professional job in general in marketing, and most likely you're the only woman of color or sometimes the only woman in that industry, and you feel like you don't fit in because, again, this is something new for you. You feel like you're pretending to be someone you're not, because that's something that I know I struggled with when I started my career, where I didn't want to be too Latina. And when I say Latina, I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Just be me, I've been told, oh, you're too loud. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm actually the quietest one in my family. If you knew my family, you would agree I'm actually pretty quiet. Or you speak up too much, or you give your opinion too much. Like, just stay quiet and just follow the rules and directions. And no, like, we all have the right to speak our minds, to contribute, to stand out and be a trendsetter and not follow the herd, and be you. And again, I get it, when you're first starting in your marketing career, you're trying to find yourself, you don't feel confident in your skill sets yet. You're trying to navigate these politics, or maybe you haven't even gotten to that point in your career and you're applying for a marketing job or social media job, and you don't even know where to begin because, again, you lack the experience. You need a mentor, you need someone to guide you, and it's just very overwhelming to the point where, because of all that, you decide, what's the point of even trying? And you blame the circumstances or your situation, and it's stopping you from taking that next step. I know it sucks because, unfortunately, we're not playing on an even playing field. There's going to be people that have more opportunities than you. There's people out there that have less opportunities than you. And it's really up to you to evaluate where you are in your career journey and pretty much take responsibility and figure out what you need to do next to improve, to gain those skill sets to help you feel more confident. A tip I would like to give you is that you should definitely invest in your personal development, especially if there's certain skill sets that you don't have or you don't have experience in. I know when I started my career in marketing, video was the next big thing in marketing. A few companies did video, but not a lot of companies did. And I knew from all my research, from all my listening of marketing podcasts, YouTube videos, that video was the next big thing in marketing and helping businesses track their ideal client and bringing in more sales. So I invested in a YouTube course and really started consuming courses. And I get it. My very first investment for a YouTube course was $300. And I thought, whoa, that's insane. I'm going to spend $300 on a course? Like, I must be crazy. And it sucks because, especially if you were like me, none of my friends really invested in courses. And yes, they weren't in marketing, but just in general, even in their industries right now, there's just so many courses out there that I'm pretty sure there's courses on anything that you can think of. It doesn't have to be in marketing. But even to this day, I don't think a lot of people are investing in themselves, especially, I hate to stereotype, but Latinos. And it's, that's a whole nother issue or struggles that we face that I can talk in another episode. I think it's not that we don't believe in, having a better life or being better. It's just we've gone through so much struggles, so much heartache, so much struggles financially. I know my family did, that the thought of investing $300 in a course, that's insane. But you know what? I'm so happy I did, because I was able to fast track and learn more than the person next to me who was scared to invest. And I was able to really grow in my career, show that I knew what I was talking about, and stand out. And guess what? I implemented video and was helping grow sales. And look now, we're in 2023 and there's TikTok, which is a platform all about video. Instagram changed. Now there's reels, stories. Like there's just so much that you need to do, especially if you're in marketing. You need to constantly be learning new trends, learning new things in order to be competitive and stand out when you're being hired for a marketing position. And I'm not going to say I know everything about marketing because I don't. But the one thing I can say is that I'm always doing my best to continue learning and just investing in my growth and learning as much as I can. So I suggest and recommend that in order to help you get over that imposter syndrome is by you investing in a course, in a workshop, in a conference, or hiring a mentor to help you fast track that career journey, gain those skill sets that you need, and again, help you improve your confidence and just get over that imposter syndrome. Okay, and now the second thing that I know that's stopping you from moving on in your marketing career or on the next step is fear. You have a lot of fear in different areas. One can be that you're scared that if you do get the job, that your employer will somehow figure out that you're an imposter, that they made a mistake, and that they should have never have hired you. But you, for some reason, got the job and you're just scared. You're scared like, oh crap, I got the job, now what? And you can't think like that. There's a reason why you got the job. Or if you haven't gotten the job, you're already thinking of what could happen in the future instead of focusing on the right now, which is landing that marketing job. You need to work on what's in front of you and not worry about what could happen later in the future. You'll figure it out. And there's a reason why you are where you're at in your career or in school or in life in general. Just think of all the struggles and challenges that you've overcame in the past few years and how proud you should be about yourself. I'm sure your parents and family are very proud of you right now because you've accomplished so much more that they've never been able to accomplish. You're the American dream that they wished for themselves and for their kids. So that alone should help you really see your worth, and you need to push through that fear. I know you're scared of failing, at looking dumb if you make a mistake, but guess what? A lot of people make mistakes. You're gonna come across managers, directors, VPs that make mistakes all the time. So you can't focus on, oh my gosh, like what if I mess up? No, you can't, because everyone messes up. So don't worry about that. You have fear of investing more money in your personal development because maybe some of you have student loans, right? And you graduated from college. And so the last thing you want to do is spend more money on more courses or learning new skill sets, especially if you have student loans. But again, a lot of the things that you can learn through a mentor or through courses, you probably won't find in college. I hate to say this, but they don't really teach you about social media. Maybe now, but even then, there's a lot of nuances that they do not teach you in college that you won't learn unless you're actually doing the work. So that's something that you need to keep in mind. Now, the tip that I would give you to overcome these fears is pushing through the fear and finding small wins and ways to gain that experience through a mentorship or through courses or even with free stuff like a podcast like this one, or a YouTube channel, a YouTube video. You just need to find ways to push through the fear. That's something that I can honestly say that I'm really proud of for myself, that my mom always pushed me to do things, even when I'm scared. And that's something that I've done all my life, where there's stuff that I've been able to do, not because I felt like the most confident or the smartest person in the room, but because I pushed through the fear. Because for me, it was scarier to live a life where I wanted to achieve something or do something and live with regret and never doing it, than opposed to feeling a little bit of fear at the moment, but pushing through the fear and actually accomplishing the goal that I wanted. And I'm not going to say every goal that I've pursued I've been able to win or accomplish. No. But at least if I pursued a goal and I failed, it wasn't really failing because I learned from my mistake. So then the next time or the third time or the fifth time that I did it, I achieved that goal because I pushed through the fear. Regardless of how I felt, I pushed through the fear. So that's something that you need to do as well. You need to push through the fear, figure out a way to gain those skill sets so you can feel more confident and just get to your destination, get where you need to be in your career. Another tip that I can give you, I don't know about you guys, but I'm all about the law of attraction and manifestation. And years ago, if you would have asked me if I believed in the law of attraction, I would have been like, you're crazy. That's all like brujerias, you know? But I don't know what happened. I think during the pandemic when I was laid off, which I can do another podcast about it, of how I felt really lost because I tied my worth to my title as a marketing manager. And the fact that I had lost my job due to a world pandemic, I felt very, very lost. And I tried doing my own thing as a freelancer, and it was really hard, to get consistent income. And the only thing that I can do besides pray was to listen to more law of attraction and manifestation podcasts, videos, movies. And I have a few podcasts that I'd recommend, which I want to create another video, another podcast episode just on manifestation and the law of attraction. But something that really helped me to, especially when I was trying to look for a marketing job, was listening to a lot of, like I said, manifestation podcasts, listening to Subliminals. There's an app called Superhuman that I pay a subscription for, but it's changed my life. And there's some other ones that are less expensive. The first one that I tried, which was only like $10 a month, was Manifest It Now app. I highly suggest that you go download it. And there's a bunch of subliminals that you can listen to. And if you don't know what a subliminal is, it's pretty much a recording. It could either be music or someone's voice with music in the background. And it's pretty much the subliminal is literally reciting like an affirmation, a mantra, where it's giving you positive ways to reprogram your mind. So it might be related to your worth, might be related to your feelings, to what you would like to manifest, like more money, more health, more abundance. It's kind of hard to explain. So that's why I suggest that you go and download one of these apps or just go on YouTube. I'm sure if you type in subliminals or affirmations, you'll be able to find these and you'll know what I'm talking about. But these subliminals really help reprogram your mindset. And sometimes that's all it takes. That's all you need when you're in the interviewing process of finding a marketing job. Because you have all these negative thoughts, all these fearful thoughts, like imposter syndrome and fear of rejection, that you're not in the best mindset. So you come off as a person that's not confident a person that's not qualified. But if you listen to these subliminals and you reprogram your mindset, you're going to feel more confident. You're going to feel like a badass Latina, and you're going to be like, nope, you know what? I am a badass and I'm going to get this job. And you're going to come off confident in your interview. So I highly suggest that you try it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Um, I would try it. If you're at a point where I had nothing else to lose, so might as well try it. So again, the Manifest It Now app is a good one to start off with. That's only like $10 a month, and I'll put a link in the show notes in case you want to check it out. And now another reason why you have limiting beliefs is a lack of motivation. I get it. When you graduated college, that alone was a total, like, I hate to cuss, but mindfuck, because that was a very stressful experience. I don't know about you, but for me, college was super hard because even though in high school I took all AP classes, I got good grades, I was top 10% of my class, when I went to college, high school did not prepare me for college at all, especially because I went to a quarter system school, and it was tough, like really, really tough. I had to learn. I thought I was a disciplined kind of person, but that was just like a whole different ball game, a whole different beast that I had to tackle and overcome. And college was hard, and then on top of that, no one's really holding you accountable because you're supposed to be an adult and you're supposed to pretty much hold yourself accountable, but you're still immature, even though you think that at 18 years old, you're a grown up and you're an adult. But in reality, newsflash, you're not. You're still a baby. I see 18-year-olds now and I'm just like, no, I thought I was an adult, but no, you're not. Especially if you lived with your parents and your parents did everything for you. And yeah, no, no. So I get it. The last thing you want to do is invest, right, in more courses or in workshops or spending more money. You're just done with it. You're overwhelmed with school. School's finally done, and you just don't want to deal with that. I get it. But if you're serious about landing that marketing job, you're serious about growing in your career, you need to focus on your why. Why did you decide to go to college? Why did you decide to get into marketing? Is it to help your family? Is it because of financial reasons? Is it because you want to travel? Is it because you want a flexible schedule? Like, really think about it. And anytime you're feeling a lack of motivation, think about your why. And I bet you that's going to help you get back on track and really put a fire under your butt and really take this seriously and do whatever you have to do to get there. Okay. And then the last reason why you're facing or feeling limiting beliefs is because of rejection. I touched on this earlier in the episode where I mentioned that you're feeling insecure. You feel like you can't fit in with your team, with your employer, and you're also scared of starting at the bottom because you graduated from college, you have a degree, and you're thinking, wow, I should be getting paid more. Why am I not landing this marketing job? I worked so hard in college and I can't even land a marketing job. I hate to say this, but it's the real world. There's a lot of people that graduate. I was one of those people that graduated, and my first job paid me $12 an hour. That's so sad. Which I'm blessed, at least I had a job. But just the way life works, sometimes there's going to be people that they'll graduate and they'll get a high paying job. And then there's going to be people like me who graduated and unfortunately didn't get a high paying job. But at least I was blessed to have a job because there's so many people that graduated the same time I did during the first recession and they couldn't even find a job. So at least I'm blessed with that. And I was also able to gain some skill sets that have helped me grow in my career and helped me pitch myself as an asset to other marketing teams and other employers. So just keep that in mind. Things happen for a reason. And yes, I get it. We're in a sucky situation, but when you learn from your mistakes, when you learn from your fears, then definitely you will grow in your marketing career. And a tip to help you deal with rejection or the fear of being rejected is to really focus on your strengths. What makes you different? And how are you an asset to this new team? How do you plan to bring in sales? Because like I mentioned before, with marketing, in order for marketing teams or employers to take you seriously, your marketing needs to help bring in sales. It's not just you making fun content or these beautiful designs. No, your marketing needs to make a difference. It needs to bring sales to employers. And once you bring in the money, believe me, the whole team, your whole company is going to love you, because why wouldn't you want to love someone that brings in money? So just keep that in mind. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed all these tips and me calling out the reason why you have these limiting beliefs and why it's preventing you from landing that social media marketing job. I'm not trying to be tough. I'm just giving you a little tough love, I guess, because I want you to see that you're worth so much more, that I get it. I've been in your shoes, but you need to push through that fear and have a game plan on how you're going to improve, how you're going to gain those skill sets, and how you're going to land that marketing job and not let anyone stop you. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And if you haven't had a chance to listen to the other 3 episodes that are part of this series, you should definitely listen to them. I highly believe it will benefit you and help you land that next marketing job. Well, till next time, have a good day. Thank you so much for listening to another Influence with Cultura podcast episode. Want more? Head to influencewithcultura.com or go to my show notes to subscribe to my newsletter so you can be the first to know about any new programs and episodes. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave me a review and take a screenshot of this episode and tag me on IG at the Latina Travel Marketer so more kick-ass Latinas and women of color marketers can know about this podcast. If you are ready to up-level your marketing and social media career, I invite you to book a discovery call to see how I can best support you. Now remember, you are an asset to any organization and or ready to start that business. You got this. Talk to you next week.